the highly anticipated, the very, very much hyped up game between Arsenal versus Chelsea, the title decider, as they said, ends in a 1-1 draw with Chelsea, despite being with 10 men for over 60 minutes of the game, played much better compared to an Arsenal team who came into this game with a lot of momentum. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the first half, the second half, the biggest takeaways, player performances, because there's one person who stood out massively in that midfield. Before we start, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Shout out all of you guys. We'll hit 20,000 on the second channel. Let's get to 25. And of course, comment your own thoughts about the game and what you guys made of the game yourself. Both teams came into this 11 with this kind of lineup. With Chelsea, expected lineup very similar to the game, identical to the game that which played, except for, of course, Joao Pedro to the game against Barcelona. And then you had Arsenal, who played the exact same 11 again, except for one person, Martinelli, for Trossard. And Chelsea was the better team. Early on, the first 5, 10, 15 to 20 minutes, the first half an hour, to be fair, Chelsea were the team wanting to attack, showing more intent, showing more urgency in the final third. They had a couple chances with, of course, Esteval going off target for about 2 to 3 chances. Joao Pedro had a moment where he could have shot it. He could have shot it just inside the box, decided to take a touch and pass it, an overcooked pass to Neto. But Chelsea in that first half were the much better team, but the final action was always missing. Whether it was Esteval, whether it was Neto, whether it was Joao Pedro, but they put themselves in a very great positions and they neutralized, and pretty much anything that Arsenal did was intercepted, was basically countered by Chelsea. Arsenal in the first 30 to 35 minutes didn't do anything in the game. Moreno was very, very sloppy, very disappointing. Whenever he got the ball, the touch went to Rosette. Like in terms of technically speaking, in that first half, Arsenal were just third best, and that's 2 teams. So it's first best and the third best. That second is nowhere to be seen, fam. Because Arsenal in that first half, I was very disappointed. And then something happened which it killed the game. I know both teams scored in the second half, but it absolutely just ruined the game. Casado with a very, very reckless tackle. And he did it in the first half. I think he did about twice in the first half before that tackle itself. And I knew something was about to happen. I knew this Donny, because, bro, the first 10 to 15, 20 minutes, yeah, hella yellow cards. Hella reckless tackles. And Anthony Taylor was, bro, typical. When Chelsea plays and Anthony Taylor is the referee, best believe there's going to be a red card in the game. And Casado, just reckless. And he tried it, waiting, sitting down, and pretending that he was injured, acting he was injured for about 2 to 3 minutes. Come on, Ak. Wallah, come on, bro. Put it in the bag. Casado gets red carded, and Arsenal still, towards the end of the first half, didn't really capitalize on Chelsea being with 10 men. They had one moment only towards the end, which didn't lead to nothing. The second half started with both teams making changes. Esteval went off, Garnacho came on, just to provide a bit more defensive tracking and defensive numbers. And Arsenal made a substitution. Calafiori went off, which I was a bit surprised with because I think he was decent in the first half. But Lewis Skelly came on, and Chelsea took a page out of Arsenal's set pieces, scoring a set piece of their own. I do think, and I've said it for the past couple of weeks now, if there's one position which I feel like Arsenal can upgrade on, it will be David Raya. Because, again, it's difficult to blame on him, but a taller goalkeeper, come on, man, would have saved that. I just feel like David Raya isn't who everyone makes him seem like in the world. Like, I'm seeing people say he's the best in the world, top 3 in the world. Put it in the bag, bro. Just because Arsenal are the best defensive side, it doesn't make him the best goalkeeper in the world. Wallah, bro. I find it crazy when people say that. But Arsenal managed to respond with a goal straight away with a nice play on the right-hand side from Bukayo Saka. Nice header from Moreno. It was 1-1. But even after that, even when they got that first goal, they got the equalizer. Bro, now it's your moment. The momentum is on your side. You're able now to continue. Able, come on, bro. Bring a couple players on. They brought Odegaard just to provide a little more attacking option and attacking creativity. But still, I didn't see any sort of clear-cut chances except for the last one, which Timber absolutely robbed Victor from a free header. But between that moment, between the first the equaliser by Arsenal and the 19th minute, Chelsea was still the team pressing. Chelsea was still the team actually attacking. Bro, what's his name? Joao Pedro had a chance. Neto had a chance. Bro, like, I felt like throughout the whole 90 minutes, Arsenal was very disappointed. Very disappointing. And Chelsea, despite even being with 10 players, they still managed to outplay them. So that makes me think, imagine if Cole Palmer played this game. Imagine if Caicedo never got sent off. Chelsea would have potentially, that lead of 6 points, it would have been 3 points. But listen, I still think Chelsea, despite the 6 point difference, I still think they've got a good chance and to compete for the Premier League title, even though they drew this game. Which I think, if you ask both teams which team is happy to take the point, it'll be Arsenal. And that's the crazy part, because Chelsea with 10 players still, I feel, should be upset with the fact that they couldn't win this game. In terms of player performances, for me, this man right here, incredible, fam. Incredible. Man of the match, the MVP, in a game which all the focus was on who's the best midfielder, who's the best defensive midfielder between him and him. It decided to be this guy. Bro, Reece James, in terms of technically speaking, in terms of on the ball, he's as complete as ever. And he's a guy that can play different positions. He's world class as a right back. He's incredible at centre back. He's incredible as a midfielder. He's just an incredible world-class player, just generally speaking. Like, this guy, put him anywhere, and he can give you 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Today, he absolutely neutralized that little pocket space between Eze and Declan Rice. Like, I barely saw Declan Rice make his usual runs, and I barely saw Eze have any sort of time on the ball, because whenever Eze had the ball, boom, Reece James would be on there. Whenever Moreno, when in the first half, used to would drop deep, boom, Reece James would be like, Reece James, even before Caicedo went off, he was still the best midfielder on the pitch. Like, Reece James deserves a lot of credit of that performance that he dropped. Another person who I felt like did very well was those two right here, Fofana and Chalobah. I didn't think that was any sort of danger, any sort of threat from Arsenal. I felt like they had it harder against Barcelona, even they won 3-0, than Arsenal. Because I didn't think, even when Victor came on, I didn't think there was any sort of creativity, any sort of chances created by Arsenal. I was very disappointed by Arsenal's final actions in today's game. Sanchez made two incredible saves. Two incredible saves. One in the first half, one in the second half. Malo Gusto had a good job defensively against Martinelli. But as for Arsenal, if I had to pick the best players, I would probably pick Moreno. That goal tax is crazy. Man said 7.5. The only two players which was somewhat good for Arsenal was the right-hand side. That was the only side which I felt like Arsenal could create. I was very disappointed with Zubimendi. Very, very quiet game. But listen, this result, what it does is a great result for Man City. Man City, of course, 5 points behind Arsenal. Chelsea are now, of course, with that draw, 6 points, but with 10 players, still not losing. I think, as a Chelsea fan, even though that you could be upset, I still think you can take that result. As for Arsenal, disappointing. Absolutely disappointing. Now, 2 draws in 3 games. It's the pressure on, like, us Arsenal feeling the pressure, because 2 back-to-back away games, and they've drawn twice. And listen, the next game is not easy as well. Not the Brentford game. This game right there, next weekend at home, Aston Villa. That's not going to be easy, because Villa at the moment are flying, bro. They're top 4, winning 5 out of 6 games in a row. Like, Aston Villa are now picking up momentum. So if Arsenal, if they drop points this game as well, hey man, Are they feeling the pressure? Like, are we going to see once again the mentality drop completely? But let's see. Let's see. But listen, put down in the comment section what you guys made of today's game between Chelsea and Arsenal. For me, Chelsea were the better team, despite with 10 players, and I think they should have won. I think they deserve the 3 points, especially in that second half where they tried their best to attack. Arsenal only really had 3 chances. The 2 saves that Ronaldo Sanchez made and the goal which they scored. Other than that, despite having a man up for over 50, 55, 60 minutes, I was very disappointed. Put down in the comment section what you guys made of the game. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow with the Premier League predictions for the next game week, because this midweek we've got some Premier League games. Peace.